You want to make money online, but you don't know what you're doing. You will need me to help, so please watch until the end. Okay guys, now that I have your attention, let's move this a little bit closer. I want to talk to you about how you can make money online if you're a student, if you're working on a 9 to 5, or if you want to change career. I'm talking about my personal experience here, and I'm gonna give you all the information that I went through, all the steps. So there's nothing for sale here, and I changed career. I'm not doing this anymore because I want to learn other skills. That's why I'm not doing it. And that's why I am making this video and I'm not selling anything. So if you are in a condition where first you want to work with people, second you want to persuade people and you're okay with it, and you want to have a better income or a side hustle, this video is for you. So I'm gonna tell you a story. And by the way, my name is Andrea. Sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Andrea. I'm an engineer. I work in Denmark. I make a good amount of money, working 37 hours per week, and I'm 24 years old. And this story is this. I was at university. I was going through all my assignments to become an engineer, and at the same time, I was working on a part-time job in Copenhagen in a small company doing sales and marketing. So there I realized that there was something that I could do to increase my income and doing it in an easy way, let's say, so that I could exponentially increase my income while also learning a new skill. And this thing was high ticket sales. Okay. At a certain point, I wanted to increase my income tremendously and at the same time learn a new skill, as I was saying. So I reached a point when I can say that I succeeded in doing that. My best month has been 8,000 euros net after taxes in just one single month. I believe it was between December and January 22. That was a little bit challenging because I had to program and to schedule all my exams and my part-time job and taking vacation. And when I took vacation, I had to make these sales. So it was a little bit of a struggle. But the thing that was most struggling and where I put a lot of my energies was how to find out how to make something like this work. And I want to tell you, this is not an easy process. There are no shortcuts. There might be, but I did not took them. So the process and the steps are 3. First step, number 1. How do you find a client? And I want to reply to one of the guys that commented on the video that I posted more than a year ago in Italian and asked me how the hell can I find a client that allows me to work from remote? Because here I want to clarify, we are talking about the digital marketing industry and the direct response marketing industry, okay? If you want to make sales for Tesla, for Google, for Apple, you're free to do that, but this video is not for you, because this video is for someone that wants to do this as a contractor, as a freelance, and make this in their spare time, or they want to change career, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So how you do this? You find a client. Where do you find a client? Online. Secret unveiled. You go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, you go on LinkedIn, you go on any platform that you usually use, and you start considering between 10 and 30 brands and 30 persons that have an enough big following that are worth of your attention and of your consideration to do this. If you don't think that they are selling something high ticket, and for a ticket I mean that is a business to customer, and the customers are paying between 3,000 and 20,000 euros for a single sale. If you don't believe they're selling something like that, you probably are wrong. Let me explain this. If they don't have something like that and you pitch yourself as a sales representative in a good way, they might consider offering something like that. If they already have it and you can't see it because probably it's for their inner circle, and you pitch yourself, you are perceived as someone that has some awareness of what's going behind the scenes of an internet online brand. Okay. Perfect. So I want you to make this list as soon as possible if you would like to do it. And in this list, match it with the contact information. Where do you find their contact information? In the footer of their website, in the YouTube information in their channel, in the information section, or on the Facebook information section, or you send them a DM on Instagram or whatever else, okay? So after you do this, you need to understand, and we are still in phase 1, how to pitch yourself. How do you present yourself as a sales representative? It is easy. You make a small video, 1 minute, where you go through all the steps of a sales pitch, and I'm gonna link you something in the description for that, and you propose yourself as a sales representative of that brand. For example, I made a PowerPoint when I went through all the slides with very big and simple text so that you can follow that and the client could follow that while I was talking, and my face like it was in Zoom, right? So I sent this video 1 minute to each client, and of course the script was quite similar, but I was changing something from client to client, and I got out of 10, 12 emails sent, I got 4, 5, 6 replies, so I got the potential of 4, 5, 6 meetings with these people, and I was able to select one client that I could do this for, and the client was the one that was most aligned with my long-term goals or that I was resonating more with, okay? So this is something that I suggest to you if you'd like to pursue this. Just make a sales pipeline of pitches and then decide the client you would like to work with, because that will help you to make this more sustainable and to make a sale for something that you really believe in rather than something that you don't really think is going to be useful for the client. This is the first part. And most of the digital brands, they are going to allow you to work from remote, especially if you make a good video. If you make a good video presentation of yourself. So make a very nice email, present yourself good, and make the video go through, and this is up to your ability. How do you make this video? What are the steps? The steps are the same of a sales process. So now we come to point 2. Point 2 is how do you close a deal with one of their customers? How do you close a deal? So there is a very simple sales process, and there is, I think, 2 approaches. There is a neuro behavioral based approach, and there is the sharky way of doing things, okay? The persuasion, Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street style. Let's make it in that way. Okay, so the first part, I mean, in Wall Street, the Wolf of Wall Street, it was kind of both of them. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. So in the first part, first script, I'm gonna link something from Alex Hormozi that published a video of his, I think it's his sales team, and he taught them the process. So you can go through it, follow it very attentively, because everything you need to know, it's there, most of it. And then you build a script with that. Those are the steps. For example, you need to present, you need to go through the client's problem, you need to understand if the client's problem is something you can act upon. While you understand that and you guide the clients to a decision-making approach and framework, then you need to figure out if the client is able to fix the problem that has with your product. And if you do that, then you need to pitch the product and persuade the client and then make the sale. Okay, and I'm gonna recommend to do this if you perceive that the client can afford it, because there are some, this is a strong technique, and this induces the client to have very important thoughts in their head, and you need to have respect for the client, for the prospect in this case. The respect is given, they need respect, and they're worth of your respect because they are considering about buying something between 3,000 and 20,000 euros on one single purchase. So whatever is the problem that they have and they need to fix, they deserve your respect. And if they deserve your respect, if they don't have money enough to buy that, you don't make the sale. This is my ethical part, let's say. So when I met someone that was either not able to fix his or her problem with this product that I was selling, or either that I perceived they were having some economic struggles, either because they had child, they had been fired recently or something like that, I would stop the sales call. And I had two kind of reactions: brands that incentivize me to do that, to preserve the brand image and to preserve the brand values, and brands that didn't, brands that just wanted to make the sale. Of course, you can imagine which brand I stopped and I quit immediately after, and which brand I stayed for a little bit more long term. So, doing that, okay, you find the description, in the description, the video that I'm talking about, and you make a sales script for that. You make a sales script with that, and you confront the sales script with the customer that you're having, your client, the people that you're selling for, okay? But don't let them reorganize all the script, because that is a very on-point sales process, and you need to follow that if you want a high conversion rate. High conversion rate means how many people you close compared to how many people come to see you, okay? And this is a ratio which can be, I think a good one might be between 20, 40, 50%. If you go above 50%, I mean, come work with me, please. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the step 2. So step 3, how do you make this sustainable? I was doing it in a very unlikely way to succeed, because I was starting, having a part-time job and having this aside. And engineering is not easy, you can imagine that. So you make this sustainable by organizing yourself. I would not recommend handling more than 2-3 sales calls every 5-6 hours, because that will exhaust you as hell. Okay? Another good point, you are gonna give your Calendly, which is a website that I was using in order for the client's prospect to book your time. So you make your calendar available. They book your time when they see a spot available, and then you reach out either by Google Meet, either by Zoom, either by telephone call, whatever, okay? So make sure that your calendar is properly fixed and it's properly scheduled for you to handle this amount of clients, because you want first to have enough energy to be able to solve the client's problem and to pitch the product, and you can't have enough energy if you're making tons and tons of sales calls per day. And second, most importantly, you don't want to burn a good prospect that your client has acquired with other marketing strategies in a very expensive way. Okay, so you're burning money if you have the capability to close a sale, but you don't because you're too exhausted. And that will definitely impact your client's perception of you. Okay, performance can go up and down, but try to make this sustainable and don't go for too many calls in such a small period of time. If you need more information about this, write a comment in the comment section, and if you need any other information, I can definitely make another YouTube video about it. Just let me know, because I just went through this by myself and I'm not selling anything in regards to this. I'm just here to save you time and money, and hopefully we are gonna connect and make our network broader